we are addressing the same issues that I said in the beginning of 2016 after the Saints debacle of 2015 season. Now, yes, I will give the Saints credit. They were competitive in all of their games. Now, that was one thing I can say. All 16 games, they had the chance to win all 16 of them. Truthfully, the 9 losses were attributed to, in one aspect, 9 turnovers, in another aspect, 3 special teams miscues, a defensive pass interference, an interception for a pick six and a Mark Ingram fumble, and Drew Brees interceptions, Kobe Fleener drop, Travaris Cadet, and Brandon Cooks.
No.
Right, those 10 right there.
You got to add and several poor play calls by Sean Payton.
I didn't want to do the play call. I'm just doing the 10 instances.
I've got to say it. I'm saying it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the actual 10 actions. Had those 10 actions gone reversal, the Saints would be 16-0. They lost 9 games because of 9 mistakes.
Right. You know what else? You know what else I saw that was pretty interesting, man? It's the fact that Brandon Coleman wasn't a liability this season.
Nope, he wasn't. He made a few plays. He's got to step his game up. Season 4, he got to elevate his game now to become a key receiver in terms of at least 40 receptions. He got to.
Not only that, but where he was key for the New Orleans Saints, and people don't realize this, his blocking opened up a lot of possibilities for Hightower and Ingram. More so when Hightower carried the football, because Hightower usually did the sweeps, right? So therefore, Brandon Coleman helped open up a few of those holes for Hightower to be able to get some more yardage, man. So I was pretty pleased in what I saw out of him, man. But
hey, he definitely made junior year. He's definitely making improvements, and that's a good point, Kyle. That's why, Coach Payton, you should have allowed Marcus Murphy, Stephon Anthony, and you did it with Andrews Pete to a degree. This Coach Payton, you should have allowed the same opportunities to Stephon Anthony and Marcus Murphy. I'm trying to tell you, Kyle, and I'm trying to tell everyone listening to me, and to every coach, every NFL coach, assistant coach, or whatever level you are, this unrealistic expectation y'all have, thinking that players coming out of college are going to be the superstars like the yesteryears, you need to get that out your mind. It's not going to happen. It is taking these guys 3 or 4 years to learn playing in the pros. It is not happening. You are not going to find a Luke Keaton or a Clay Matthews or a J.J. Watt, which it took him a couple of years. These guys are not producing like that in year one. They're just not doing that.
Right.
Now, Michael Thomas was a steal. But most times, if you give the right team at a wide receiver, you will have a chance of doing that. Look at what happened to Todd Gurley this year. So look how long it took Mark Ingram to get to this level. Stop having this expectation that these players are going to come in and play like all pros their first year. It's not going to happen.
Right.
They're not being taught a lot of things in college football. And for you to think Stephon Anthony is going to be perfect in year 2 after he played really great in year 1, and for you to mismanage or miscoach Marcus Murphy and Stephon Anthony and to deny them the time to get the experience is a total travesty of what the Saints have done to both these young men. Yes, I said it. It's a travesty what y'all have done. These men have lost their confidence.
You could tell Stephon Anthony had lost his confidence before he got injured, man. The kid just did not know which way was up. He did not know if he was playing a run, if he was playing a pass. Then Coach, I think it was, I forgot which game. It was a game in the Dome where Stephon Anthony should have been playing the run. He was playing deep in the pass, and it caused the run to pick up a first down, a critical first down. But
because Kyle, he's nervous now. You don't put all this pressure on him.
That's right.
You got ignorant people on the radio calling him stupid and unintelligent, and you don't use those kind of words to describe nobody. I don't care if they're not playing well. And this is to all you broadcasters. You don't have the right to insult anybody. You're not out there on the field. And I don't care if you played the game or not. You don't have the right to say those kind of insulting words to anyone. And so, and you know these young cats on social media, they hear the comments, people reposting and all of that stuff.
Right.
So, young man, look what they was doing to Andrews Peet. They were getting ready to destroy him too.
Right.
So for the Saints to sit up here and try to act like they expect these players when Jeff Allen is trying to get you some players after your miscues and your poor drafting, and then to give up on these players after 1 year, that's why they done messed up Gary Grayson.
But you know what?
You think the boy's gonna do? He getting no experience, and now you all run the thought he's a bust. This a bust. How do you know? You're not even giving him a chance to play in no live action.
Right.
Because you're so busy
Andrews
trying to
Peet,
get Brees his stats and everybody else their stats, and you're not going to no playoffs.
Right. But let's go back to what you said about Andrews Peet. Remember after year one, he's a bust. You know, oh man, I was calling him turkey arms because he did have turkey arms, but but the truth of the matter is, after 1 year, if you're not coaching the player well, or if you took the player out of their particular comfortable element, and the young man was better on what side of the ball? Left side. You had him on the right side or no side. He didn't know which side he was going to be on during the preseason. Remember that how poorly that line played until they were able to get.
Over the place.
I'm sorry.
It was just bouncing Andrews Peet everywhere.
Everywhere. And I understand because Armstead's injury contributed to that. But man, how much better, even as the left tackle, he played for the team. As the left guard, he played for the team. You know, he played much better on that left side. Point taken with Stephon Anthony. And I got to give a shout out to Deuce, Rev, and Brian. Last night they had Sean from ESPN radio in New Orleans on with those guys last night, and they were talking about the same thing. Now, you had this kid coming out of college. You went number one to draft him. You know what type of position he played in college, downhill, go attack type of linebacker. That's who he was. Now you have him doing stuff totally out of his element. Now, you're going to tell me how this kid last year was. Let me go to his stats right quick. Last year, the kid had tackles. Okay, Saints last year. Let's look at defense. Hold on. Defense. Stephon Anthony, where are you? Okay, well, anyway, the kid had over 100-something tackles last year, right?
I think 155, I think around that area, yeah.
So if you're going to tell me this kid last year was doing such a good job, just because now you change defensive coordinators, maybe is that the key? The change in the philosophy there? Of the defensive coordinators?
It makes
that
no
the
sense.
problem?
Okay, you went right. Well, I don't know if it's Dennis Allen or Coach Payton. Here's the deal. The bottom line is this, and I'm speaking out to Dennis Allen. Let me say this to you, Mr. Allen. First of all, there are not a lot of great linebackers in the NFL like it used to be with Patrick Willis and all that back in the day. They're not being produced out of college. Every now and then, or every 10 years, a Luke Keaton will come along, or a Patrick Willis. But overall, you don't have linebackers that came out like the Dome Patrol or Jack Lamb or Jack Camp. They're not produced like that because colleges are not focused on defense. That's why you're having a hard time with cornerbacks also. They're just not coming out like that anymore. They're not being produced and being taught. So if you're looking for that, you're not going to find that. You're not going to find that. It's going to take time to groom and grow those type of players. So for you to go spend all that money on Laurinaitis, which is dead weight money again.
Dead weight.
Then you cut this man. I'm not cutting nobody that I still have to pay while they sit on their behind at home. You're going to be doing something on this team. You're not going to be getting no money from me for free, no millions of dollars. That's just foolish. I'm talking as the account. That's not going to happen when you work for the professor. You're going to earn your money some kind of way. If you third string, but you're going to be playing, you're going to earn your money that you get. So to cut this man, and that's why it didn't work, because what you did, you reap what you sow. You did Stephon Anthony wrong, and guess what? You got what you sowed. You did him wrong, because if he can't play the pass, then guess what? Then you bring in Laurinaitis to play the pass. Your best athletic linebackers, their names are Anthony, Ellerby, and Robinson, and then Stupar. Those are your best linebackers that give you a chance for success at that position until someone else comes in at free agency or wherever. Now, you got to steal in Craig Robinson. Thank you, Cleveland Browns. But that made no sense whatsoever. If he's struggling on the pass, then put Stupar in, Laurinaitis, whoever, Marty, whoever. But let this boy be on the field on first or second down, depending on the team. To cut his play time down and to stymie his total growth by sitting on the bench, that's ludicrous. You don't grow from sitting on the bench. You grow from experience. The more experience a person gets, even if they make mistakes, the better off, and the more they will reduce the mistakes by getting the game day experience. It was not like Stephon Anthony was the reason why the defense was horrible, and the defense was not horrible. The last 3 games, not so great. The previous games, after the Carolina game, they played great for most of their games. I gave you the stats: 18 bad quarters. So the other 48, 46 quarters, pretty decent. So now you have a man, and now I hear all these rumors: trade him, cut him. Are y'all crazy? Are you crazy?
A number 1 draft pick. You should.
Him. He didn't play much this year. Plus, he was injured, and he was the leading tackler for your team. You weren't happy with Curtis Lofton. You're still talking about we need somebody like Jonathan Vilma. Stop comparing people. Jonathan Vilma was Jonathan Vilma. Curtis Lofton was Curtis Lofton. Stephon Anthony is Stephon Anthony. Stop, New Orleans people, looking for nostalgia and what went on in the past. These are different players. Jonathan Vilma was a once-in-a-lifetime player that was able to come into the Saints, were able to get in the trade from the Jets. And we thank God for Jonathan Vilma. But stop comparing people. You want Gary Grayson to be Drew Brees. Stop. That's unfair. He's not Drew Brees. He never will be Drew Brees.
Right.
But you know who Garrett Grayson is when you never give him a chance.
Let me just throw. I'm gonna throw some stats at you, and I want to be fair to Stephon Anthony, and I want the listeners to be fair as well. Last season, 2015, he had 70 total solo tackles, 42 assisted, combined 112. Okay? Craig Robinson, this season, 70 solo tackles, 44 assisted, so combined 114. 1 sack for Craig Robinson this year, 1 sack for Stephon Anthony last year. So tell me, where was the big difference?
The problem is the assistant coach. Who's coaching these guys?
Joe Jersey Vitt.
That's where the problem is.
Mm-hmm. Right
and
there.
They won't let him go because that's his boy. I understand that. You know, I love you, Kyle. You are my boy. But if it came to something that concerns the business I run, be like, Kyle, this is not working. Well, I'm going to have to let you go. Here's your severance pay. I'm going to make sure I'm going to help you find something else, and I'm going to be right there to be there with you, but this ain't working. And same thing. If I'm not doing what I need to do, Kyle, I got to let you go, Derek, because this is not working, Professor, boom, 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 boom. Because the Saints, and they want to blame everything on, we don't have enough talent, we don't have enough skill, but they never say maybe there's something wrong
with the coaching staff.
And
right.
Joe Vitt. They never want to admit that, Greg McMahon. Then you want to slide in consultants here and there. Everybody is saying it is time for Bill Johnson, Joe Vitt, and Greg McMahon to go. Thank you for your services, gentlemen. We appreciate it. But